He was the world's greatest bodybuilder. He was the world's highest paid movie star. He was the leader of the world's 6th largest economy. And this did not happen by accident. If you're in my zone, this is the Future Millionaires channel, where you get your information on how to become successful and how to achieve your goals in life. The 4 key lessons in the book called Be Useful is my title for today's video. And this book is written by your own man, Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. So join me as we dive into his 4 lessons that I took from his book Be Useful, and you will never remain the same. So without wasting much time, let's dive in. Who is Arnold Schwarzenegger? Arnold Schwarzenegger is a very humble guy from a small village in Austria who decided that enough was enough, and he wanted to go to the US to change things, to make things better for himself and his family. He came from a family with strict and loving background, but no money, broke, and then realized that that was not what he wanted in life. Many people are going through the same situation. I have been in the same situation where I decided I'm not going to live in Ghana. I'm going to live in a country where I can get my things straight, where I can become who I want to become. Because there are certain places when you live, it limits your ability to achieve your goals. You are not able to escape the bad things that happens. And one of the things that Arnold did was to leave Austria and go to the US. We'll talk about it more. So Be Useful is one of his stories that he'll tell you on the journey of becoming successful. So he did mention about how his father played an important role in his life. Parental guidance is very important in some essence. Why? Because when you have a father who keeps you on your toes, who discipline you on what to do and what not to do, when you grow up, you tend to be a better person. So he had this man who hammered him to do the right thing, who always tells him to do what he's supposed to do. And one of the things he told him was to be useful. His mother was a very kind woman who showed love and affection. And through that, he was able to penetrate through to get to where he is. So number 1 on his book is have a clear vision. He described clear vision as someone who has a choice to make their own decision. Your decision making is based on your instinct. However, every successful man and women do everything possible to avoid bad decisions. So when he was 10 years, he had a feeling of going to the US. At the age of 10, he saw these Cadillacs. He saw the nice buildings, the nice road, and he was like, I want to be in the US. Doing what in the US, he didn't know at that time, but he had this clear vision that he was going to go to the US at the age of 10 because he knew that he wasn't going to fathom well in Austria. And that decision kept him moving and making choices that was going to give him the opportunity to go to the US. He went to the gym more than 3 times a day, trying to build the body that will win him the Mr. Universe. This is the thing. From the age of 10, this guy knew what he wanted. He had a clear mind, and his decision was based on his instinct, and he made sure that he made a good decision. Having a clear vision is one of the significant importance of achieving your goals in life. If you don't have one, it really confuses your ability to get to the next level in life. Many people don't have clear vision. Their pathway is crooked because they don't have decision making instinct. Think of it in here and work towards it. Number 2, work your ass off. Coming from Austria to the US, he didn't know whatever he wanted to do. He had no idea. Good opportunity to win the Mr. Universe, and then had opportunity to go to the US. He said, if you are willing to aim high, you need to be determined to work all in. You cannot say you will not go all in if you want to achieve something magnificent, something that would distinguish you from other people. When he wanted to be an actor, he used to spend the whole time memorizing all the script during acting. He convinced himself that he has to go all in. If you're doing a business and you're not going all in, if you have a profession not doing the things that is necessarily important in building your career, then there's nothing achievable for you, because everyone is doing the same thing you're doing. But the difference between you and everyone is that you have put enough effort. You are committed completely in what you're doing, and in doing that, you become someone different in a society. That is why a lot of people cannot be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That is why a lot of people cannot achieve their goals, because they are not all in. When you read books about the autobiography of this wealthy successful men and women, you'll be able to know what they do. They don't understand failure. They know they are going to fail, but they don't give a damn about what happens when they fail. They are fully committed because failure is something that will teach them how to define the difference between doing the right thing and not doing the right thing. That is what Arnold Schwarzenegger did. He committed fully into acting. He did everything that needed to be done for him to be the highest paid star. And number 3, look in the mirror. This is very significant. This can change things. When he said look in the mirror in his book, how many of you, I'm not sure, have really stand in front of a mirror and describe yourself and tell yourself how you look? What are the things that you can see in the mirror? Are you happy? Are you sad? When you stand in the mirror, what do you feel? Do you think you are a failure? Do you think you cannot do anything at all? Now, when you have not done that, you see the significance of standing in front of a mirror and describing yourself and feeling the need to know whether you are happy when you look in the mirror. A lot of successful men and women do this. You wake up in the morning, they do everything, but they always look in the mirror and see whether they are happy, what they are going to change, what they are going to bring to the table. Are they on the pathway to success? You need to know where you stand in life when you stand in the mirror. So number 4 is make mountains out of the molehills. You're the first customer when you really think about it. The first purpose of getting crystal clear when it comes to your vision is to sell yourself on the possibility of your dream. But eventually, he said, you have to sell it to the world. This is what it means. Whatever you have it out there, and you speak to yourself, all it, I'm going to be this. I have to do this. I am going to be the richest man in the society. I'm going to build this business. I'm going to finish my career and become one of the greatest person alive. These are the things when you sell to yourself, you sell to the world as well. Let them know how you're going to do it. For instance, when Arnold wanted to bring out Terminator 1 in the 90s, there were no internet to make this movie go viral. Those days, you have to go through the TV broadcasters, the presenters. You have to sit for interviews because the cyborg movie was not popular in the 90s. So he has to sell the movie and make it popular. And in doing that, he has to go to every TV presenter that is most recognized, because those people who were recognized in the 90s were the people who were making people popular. And in doing that, he has to sell to those people. And it wasn't easy, but then he has to do it, because if he didn't, he would have not gone that far to sell Terminator 1. And in doing that, when he went out to make that decision to speak to people, Terminator 1 became one of the most successful movie made in the 90s. When you sell to yourself, you need to sell the same thing to people out there. That will break the shell and make you who you want to be and bring you in the highest standard in life. Elon Musk did the same thing. He sold Tesla to people. He made people knew what was going to bring from that model of car. And electric cars via him is everywhere in the world, if he's not the one who brought it. But he was the most recognized person who first started electric cars. So you see, your vision here has to come out and you have to let people know what you can do. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have not got a copy of this book, be useful. Every successful individual who, especially young men and women who are on the pathway of greatness, who want to really achieve something great. Nowadays, people don't like to read, but I think if you really want to achieve something significant, if you want to be different from others, make use of this book. You can get it from Amazon. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again. Take care for now. Bye-bye.